This recording is for the revision with Openshot using the worksheet about places of interest. So this is the worksheet. I hope you have one copy of it. Okay, so we have a total of 8 frames, okay, and the templates are given to you. So use the templates to create a video with each frame of 3 seconds each. Okay, this does not include the video clip. Okay, and you need to have an opening title in the first frame. So it must have a serif font and must be yellow color. Okay, you must have transitions between all frames. So set the duration of each transition to 1 second. And make sure you trim the video clip to 5 seconds long. Okay, in addition, you must have the audio clip Sunny as the soundtrack for the whole video. You need to trim off the sound clip accordingly. Okay, and make sure there's a fade in and fade out effect for the sound clip. Finally, you need to export to the MP4 formats. Okay, and name it places underscore your name. And make sure that the video is at the most 5 megabytes in size. All right, so with this, analyze that the first opening title. Okay, the opening title has 3 lines and the closing credits has 4 lines. Okay, so I'm going to create in Openshot. So open Openshot. Okay, and always go to view, views, simple view first. Okay, so I was talking about the titles. Go to title, and choose standard tree for the one that has 3 lines. So I will rename the file name of this opening title as opening title and places of interest. There will be certain length of lagging behind, but you can always choose to type the words in Microsoft Word first and paste over here. Okay, so created by and your name here. Okay, and change the text color to yellow as instructed and must be serif font. Serif font is the font type that has tails. Okay, so I think this will be okay. Since they did not give marks to the size, if you really want to enlarge it, is really up to you. Okay, so okay, not much of a difference, but just take note that it has to be serif fonts. Okay, so save this. Okay, now use the same method, title, to create the closing credits, 4 lines. Okay, the closing credits is credits music, sunny by bensound.com. Okay, the file name is credits. Music, sunny by okay. So if everything comes out correctly, do not need to do any adjustment to the font type, font colors. Okay, just leave it as it is. Okay, so save. All right, so we are done with this and we need to prepare our template now. Okay, so what do I mean by prepare? So in our syllabus, okay, you only need 3 tracks. So delete track number 4 and number 5. Rename the third track to captions. Track number 2 rename to main. Track number 1 rename to audio. Okay. Now You may save the file first because every now and then you should be saving the changes that you make. Okay, save project as. Okay, so I put it under C drive. Okay, so save it as places underscore your name. Okay, so now we need all the templates to be inside. Okay, so it will appear here. All right. Okay, so plus import files and find where are the templates. They are all here. Okay, so you can use marquee select by drawing a rectangle to select all and press open. Okay, now the next step is to put them inside the track called main. But the fastest way is not to drag and drop them. The fastest way is to select all of them and use control button on your keyboard to deselect the sound. Okay, so basically is to select everything except for the sound. Okay, right click on any of the blue color selected frame and choose add to timeline. Okay, so you need to rearrange them according to the order of appearance. Okay, so the parrot is the second one and MBS and SPG. Okay, MBS is the third one. You have to use the up and down arrows here. Okay, and SPG. And the next one is the Gardens by the Bay Bird Park and Zoo. So Gardens by the Bay Bird Park and Zoo. Okay, so rearrange this using these arrows, and after which go to the timeline. The start time should be 0, starts from the beginning. Go to the main track, and I remember each frame must be 3 seconds. Okay, so do not worry, it will not affect the video at all. Okay, in our teaching to you, we skip fade and zoom. So we go straight to transition. Choose any of your preferred transition design. And for myself now, I will choose circle in to out. Okay, and for the length, I remember clearly on the question paper is 1 second. Okay, after which you press OK. Now take a look at the what you have done. Go to main. So everything that you have already everything that you have chosen appears in the main track. So if you want to see it closer, make sure your mouse is somewhere here. Press Control button on your keyboard and scroll button on your mouse. Okay, now it gets bigger, so it's easier to see. Okay, so what do you have to do next? Let's take a look at the question paper. There's 7 frames, 3 seconds, and the title is given yellow font and serif fonts. Okay, transition is done, 1 second each. The transitions are the blue color bubbles. Okay, later I'll point out to you. Trim the video clip to 5 seconds long. This one I'll do it now. So for the bubbles, this blue color bubbles is the 1 second transition. Now you want the video to be 5 seconds long. Make sure before you do anything, the video is actually inside the track first. Okay, select the video. Okay, around the video, there'll be a red color highlight. Right click and go to properties and look for the word end. So it should be trimmed down to 5 seconds. Okay, click on this, double click and enter 5 instead. So it'll be 5 seconds. There's no save button here. You just have to close this window and see there's a gap now because it used to be 8 seconds long. Now you've changed it to 5 seconds. So now there's a blank screen here. So you cannot have a blank screen here. You must rectify this problem. Okay? To rectify this problem, draw a rectangle. So marquee select the rest of the frames. let go. Everything will be highlighted in red. Make sure your mouse turn into a four cornered arrow and click and drag to close the gap. Okay, it will snap to the end of the parrot video. Alright? Okay, so every now and then press Ctrl S to save your work. Now we are done with this. Okay, so now we shall go to adding the sound clip. Make sure you have to trim the clip because the sound I expect it to be longer than the frames that you have. So you need to trim it. And make sure there's a fade in and fade out for the audio. Okay, so we are going to do number 6 and 7 now. Okay, so what we're going to do, make sure you can see the audio track. Go to the sound, okay, which is called Sunny. Click and drag and let go. Make sure you don't let go in the middle of nowhere. Okay, make sure you let it go. The frame or the Sunny sound from the beginning, 0 seconds. Okay, so we are going to do two things now is to trim it. Okay, if you cannot see the tracks, you can zoom out a bit. Okay, as you can see, the audio is so much longer than the number of frames that you have. Okay, so what you can do is you bring the playhead to the end, or you double click here, the playhead will come forward, okay, along the timeline. So you put it at the end of your last frame. You right click on the audio, choose slice, and because you want the sound to be the soundtrack for all the frames, so you must have sound on the left side, okay, where all the frames are. So keep left side. Okay, so this is the method to trim the audio. So let's now go to question number 7, which is to add the fade in and fade out. So this is how you do it. Okay, for the fade in and fade out, right click on the audio, volume. So fade in and fade out affects the volume of the audio. So for fade in, it is at the beginning because you want the sound to come in. Okay, so it's at the beginning, and fade out is at the ending where the video is going to end. So it's going to fade out and becomes softer and softer. Okay, so if you want only one of it, either you choose the start or the end of the audio. But right now, according to the question paper, you want the entire clip. So you must choose entire clip. And because they allow us to choose according to our preference, so I prefer a slow fade in and fade out because I think it is more obvious. Okay, not too fast. You can see the slow transition. Okay, so click fade in and fade out slow, and the marker here, the green color marker here shows that it has been added. So the sound will come in slowly and there will be a full volume at this green marker in the beginning, and from at the end of it, from this green marker onwards, the sound will start to reduce until the end of the video. Okay, so I'm done, but there's one more thing that is not shown here in the instructions. It is shown here in the frames. Okay, so I'm just going to change the pen color. Okay, so can you see that other than the file name parrot, there's the word introduction, Marina Bay Sands, Singapore Botanical Gardens, Gardens by the Bay, Jurong Bird Park, and Singapore Zoo. All these highlighted in circled in red is the captions. Okay, so for the captions, you need to add additional frames to your video. Okay, so I'm going to do this one by one, starting with introduction. Okay, so where can you get the window to do captions? It's still under title, okay? So for credits, for opening title and for captions, it's all under the same title. But for captions, please choose bar 3. Okay, so this is for the intro. This is the file name, but for the word that you want it to appear, better to type it exactly, no shortcuts. Okay, introduction, and press save. Okay, it will appear as another frame, as you can see here, introduction. All right. Okay, so as the words are very small, it is important that the file name is obvious so that you can choose according to what you need. Okay, so repeat this step. Show you one more time slowly. Okay, so the next one is Marina Bay Sands. Okay, I'm just going to type quickly in the file name and paste over here in the line 1 and press save. Okay, okay, Marina Bay Sands. And after that, do the same for the rest. Okay. Okay, I finished doing what I need for the captions. Okay, and I need you to take a look at this now. So I will zoom in at the to see the bottom. Okay, so introduction should go to the captions track, and I would like you now to take note. For our teaching, we put it after the bubble of that frame, okay, but before and end it before the next bubble comes up. Okay, so one more time, put it for the MBS, okay, put it after the bubble and before the next bubble. Okay, do the same for the rest. Always click and drag the end of it, the end of this caption frame, click and drag until it ends just before the next bubble. Make sure you have chosen the correct caption. Okay, so how to make sure you've chosen the correct caption? Okay, you should play the entire video to see that everything works perfectly. Okay, so after playing the video, if everything is fine, then you can now proceed to export. Give it a file name, know where's the location of your new file, and you should be selecting 720 pixel 30 frames per second and keep the quality low. This is so that the final video in MP4 will be kept below 5 megabytes. Okay, so that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.